El Cajon is often described as one of the most affordable places to live in San Diego County. But here's the part people don't always say out loud. Affordable for San Diego does not mean cheap. That is a very different conversation, because once you add the mortgage, rent, insurance, utilities, gas, groceries, repairs, summer air conditioning, and that random Costco trip that starts with eggs and ends with patio furniture, El Cajon can still surprise you. So today I'm breaking down the real cost of living in El Cajon in 2026 for buyers, renters, sellers, and anyone trying to figure out whether East County actually makes financial sense. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about moving in or out of San Diego County, then subscribe and click that bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market here in San Diego, California. My name is Victoria Sandoval and I'm with Select Premier Properties. We get calls from people just like you every single day. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. My contact information is on the description below, and I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move in or out of San Diego County. Hi, I'm Victoria Sandoval with Select Premier Properties, and I help buyers, sellers, relocation clients, and San Diego homeowners make smarter real estate decisions. And today we're talking about El Cajon, not the if it's cheaper than coastal San Diego, so don't worry about it version, the real version, because El Cajon can make a lot of sense for the right person. You may get more space than you would closer to the coast. You may find different price points than central San Diego. You may get access to East County neighborhoods, larger lots in some areas, and a more suburban inland lifestyle. But you have to understand the full cost, not just the price online, not just the rent, the whole picture. This is where people either make a smart decision or get surprised. The big truth about El Cajon affordability, let's start with the big truth. El Cajon is often more attainable than many coastal or central San Diego neighborhoods, but this is still California, and California does not gently take your money. California walks in confidently, grabs the bill, adds a fee, and then asks if you want to tip. Recent cost of living data shows El Cajon sitting above the national average. So when someone says El Cajon is affordable, the first question should be, compared to what? Compared to La Jolla? Yes. Compared to Del Mar? Definitely. Compared to downtown luxury condos? Probably. Compared to many parts of the country? Not exactly. This is where relocation buyers get surprised. If you're moving from Texas, Arizona, Nevada, the Midwest, or parts of the South, El Cajon may still feel expensive. But if you're moving from coastal San Diego, central San Diego, or certain North County areas, El Cajon may feel like a better value. So affordability depends on your starting point. And in real estate, more affordable can still mean very expensive. Housing costs in El Cajon. Let's talk about the housing, because that is usually the biggest piece of the cost of living puzzle. Recent housing data showed El Cajon's medium sales price generally landing in the high 600s to mid 700s, depending on the source and property mix. Zillow also showed the average home value above $800,000, while Redfin showed a lower medium sales price. And you may hear that and think, wait, why are those numbers so different? That's normal. Different platforms use different data, different time frames, and different property types. The main point is this. El Cajon is not a $400,000 market. You're still in San Diego County. Many buyers are looking at prices in the high six figures, and certain parts of El Cajon or nearby areas can go much higher. So yes, El Cajon can offer more attainable options compared to more expensive coastal markets, but buyers still need to shop by monthly payment, because a $700,000 or $800,000 home at today's rates is not a casual little purchase. That's a, oops, I accidentally added it to cart. That is a major financial decision. And this is where buyers need to slow down and look at the full monthly cost, not just the list price. Quick pause. If this is helpful, hit that like button, because cost of living videos need to be honest, not just cheerful music playing while somebody says, look how affordable this is. And subscribe to the channel if you want real San Diego County housing advice with strategy, clarity, and a little humor. And comment El Cajon below if you're considering buying, renting, or selling here. Now let's talk about rent, because not everyone's watching this ready to buy. Rent in El Cajon. Rent is a big part of El Cajon's conversation. Recent rental data shows the average rent in El Cajon is around the low 2000s, with studios often lower, one bedrooms around the thousands, 2 bedrooms around the mid 2000s, and larger rentals moving into the 3,000 plus range. So again, El Cajon may be more affordable than other San Diego areas, but rent is still real money. If you're renting a 1 bedroom, you may be somewhere around the high 1700s or more. If you need a 2 bedroom, you may be in the low to mid 2000s. If you need a 3 or 4 bedroom, the number can jump quickly. And this is where renters start asking bigger questions. Should I keep renting? Should I buy? Should I move further east? Should I compare El Cajon to Santee or La Mesa? Should I stay closer to work? Should I buy a smaller home? Should I just live in a tiny house in someone's backyard and call it minimalism? The answer depends on your budget, credit, down payment, lifestyle, commute, and how long you plan to stay. Renting is not automatically bad. Buying is not automatically better. It depends on the numbers in the plan. The monthly payment problem. Now let's talk about the monthly payment because this is where people get shocked. A buyer may say, I found a home in El Cajon for less than what I'd pay closer to the coast. That may be true, but what does the payment look like? Mortgage rates in 2026 have kept buyers very focused on monthly affordability. So if you're buying, you need to look beyond the purchase price. You need to factor in the mortgage, property taxes, homeowners insurance, possible HOA, utilities, maintenance, repairs, landscaping. And because El Cajon is inland, air conditioning may be a bigger part of your life than it would be near the coast. That does not mean El Cajon is a bad choice. It means you need to budget like a grown-up, which is annoying but necessary. The payment is the truth. The list price gets your attention. The monthly payment tells you whether you can actually sleep at night. And sellers, this matters for you too. If buyers are already sensitive to payment, they're going to notice every single cost. The high utility concern, the older AC, the deferred maintenance, the roof that looks tired, an insurance concern, those things can affect how buyers respond to your home. Utilities, AC, and inland living. One thing people sometimes underestimate about El Cajon is the weather difference. El Cajon is warmer than coastal San Diego. If you're moving from Pacific Beach, La Jolla, Point Loma, or even parts of central San Diego, you may notice that inland east heat. And that means utilities matter, air conditioning matters, window quality matters, insulation matters, shade matters, solar may matter, the age of the HVAC system definitely matters. I always tell buyers, don't just look at the kitchen, look at the systems, because a pretty kitchen is wonderful, but if the AC is 20 years old and the house turns into a toaster in August, those quartz countertops are not gonna comfort you. For sellers, this is a great opportunity. If you have a newer HVAC system, solar, dual pane windows, insulation upgrades, or energy efficient improvements, do not bury that information in the tiny listing remarks. Highlight it. Buyers are thinking about monthly costs. They're thinking about utility bills. They're thinking about what they will have to replace after closing. So if your home helps reduce those concerns, say it clearly. Transportation is another big part of the cost of living. Your commute can change the entire value equation. If you work in East County, El Cajon may be very convenient. If you work in central San Diego, Mission Valley, downtown, Sereno Valley, La Jolla, North County, you need to actually look carefully at the commute patterns, because a lower housing cost does not always feel like a win if your commute steals your time, your gas, your money, and your ability to be pleasant by dinner. And let's be honest, traffic math is not just financial, it's emotional. You may save money on the house, but spend 5 days a week sitting in your car saying things you would never say in front of your grandmother. So buyers, think about your real week. Where do you work? Where do you shop? Where do you go to the gym? Where are your friends? Where do your kids or family members need to be? What do weekends look like? El Cajon can make a lot of sense if the lifestyle and commute work together, but don't just buy the house, buy the week you're going to live. Different parts of El Cajon cost different amounts. Here's another thing. El Cajon is not one price point. Central El Cajon is not the same conversation as Fletcher Hills. Fletcher Hills is different from Granite Hills. Granite Hills is different from Bostonia, and nearby Rancho San Diego can feel like another category entirely. So when someone says, I'm looking in El Cajon, my next question is which part? Because those areas can have very different price points, lot sizes, views, home styles, schools, considerations, commute patterns, and buyers' demand. Some buyers are looking for value and a lower monthly payment. Others want a large home with a bigger lot or more of a suburban feel. Some people want to be closer to freeways, others are willing to be further away if they get more space. And some buyers are comparing El Cajon to La Mesa, Santee, Lakeside, Spring Valley, or even Chula Vista. So don't shop El Cajon like it's one giant neighborhood. That's like saying every taco shop is the same. And we all know that's legally and emotionally false. The better strategy is to compare neighborhoods based on payment, lifestyle condition, and resale value, not just city name. If you know someone comparing El Cajon, La Mesa, Santee, Chula Vista, or Central San Diego, share this video with them. This could help them understand what affordable really means in San Diego County. And comment costs below if you want me to make a follow-up video comparing El Cajon versus Santee versus La Mesa. That would be a really useful one for buyers trying to figure out where their money actually goes. Buyer strategy for El Cajon. Buyers, here's what I would do before buying an El Cajon. First, get clear on your comfort zone, not the maximum amount the lender says you can afford. Your real comfort zone, because lenders approve numbers. They do not live your life. Second, compare rent versus buy realistically. If renting keeps you around the $2,000 to $3,000 range and buying takes you much higher, be clear on why you want to own. Are you buying for stability, for space, a yard, long-term appreciation, a specific neighborhood, more control over your living situation, a future resale plan? Third, look very carefully at condition, roofs, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, windows, foundation, drainage. Older homes can be wonderful, but deferred maintenance is not a fun surprise. Fourth, think hard about the commute. A house is not a good deal if your daily life becomes miserable. And fifth, think about the resale. Who is the future buyer for this home? Will they like the layout, the location, the yard, the parking, the condition? Because every buyer eventually becomes a seller, and smart buyers think about that before they buy. Now, my sellers here, let's talk about you. El Cajon buyers are often looking for value, but value does not mean they will ignore condition. Actually, when buyers are payment sensitive, condition matters even more. If a buyer is already stretching to afford the home, they do not want to walk in and mentally add a roof, an AC system, paint, flooring, plumbing, windows, termite work, landscaping, and that one mysterious hallway smell that everyone pretends to not notice. So preparation matters. If you've done upgrades, document them. If you have a newer HVAC system, highlight them. If you have solar, explain it clearly. If you have newer windows, roof, plumbing, or electrical, gather receipts and permits if applicable. If your yard is a major selling point, show it. If your home offers more space than buyers could get closer to the coast, say it. Because you are not just selling a home, you are selling the buyer's confidence that El Cajon makes financial and lifestyle sense, and pricing matters. El Cajon can be competitive, but not every home gets the same reaction. Some properties still attract strong buyer interest. Others sit or negotiate because the price, condition, or location do not match what buyers are willing to pay. So don't guess high and hope. Hope is not a pricing strategy. Hope is what you do when you open your property tax bill and pray it's a mistake. You need strategy. So who does El Cajon make sense for? It can be a strong option for buyers who want more space, then they may get closer to the coast. It can work for people who like East County living. It can make sense for your job, family, or lifestyle if it's already connected to the area. It can be appealing if you want a house, yard, or more suburban feel without paying coastal prices. It may be interesting for long-term homeowners and investors who understand San Diego County's housing demand, but it's not for everyone. If you want coastal breezes every afternoon, El Cajon may feel warm. If you hate driving and work far away, the commute may wear on you. If you're coming from a lower cost state, the prices may still feel a bit high. And if you're choosing El Cajon only because it's cheaper, but the lifestyle doesn't fit, that can become a problem. So the real question is not, is El Cajon affordable? The better question is El Cajon affordable for the life I actually want to live? That's the decision. So here's the bottom line. El Cajon can be a smart option in San Diego County, but it's not automatically cheap. Housing is still expensive, rent is still real money, utilities and air conditioning matter, commute matters, condition matters, and different parts of El Cajon can have very different price points. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or relocating to El Cajon, reach out. My information is below. And if this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's trying to figure out where they can actually afford to live in San Diego County. Because in 2026, affordability is not just about price. It's about the whole monthly life that comes with it. I'm Victoria Sandoval with Select Premier Properties. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.